We all have wandered off our paths a time or two. We've all gotten lost in the sauce, meaning love and hate, along our paths due to being emotional, right? It kind of reminds me of the movie Hancock when Will Smith had to find himself and an angel was sent to him. It kind of reminds me of Love and Basketball when Omar Epps got lost in the sauce, lost in the light, the glitz and the glamour, the fame, and almost missed his mark, almost missed what was sent to help heal his heart or come back to one with him, right? Because at the end of that movie, didn't she say she wanted to play him for his heart? It reminds me of The Nutty Professor, when Professor Clump, Eddie Murphy, he didn't recognize how gifted and beautiful his soul was within, that he tried to change the external and almost missed the mark. It reminds me of Aladdin, when he won the princess over effortlessly, but still thought he had to look a certain way or be a certain title. See, a lot of people don't believe in angels. And an angel is a individual that comes from a certain angle of the light or angle of the rainbow. It comes from heaven. There, we are sent from heaven to help elevate you. Anybody that comes into your life that guides you to a better path, a path of less stress, a path that leads to more abundance mentally, physically, spiritually, on all those levels, that's an earth angel, family. But you know, a lot of people don't believe in that. We are all fallen angels that at some point in time, we have to turn back and come back home, right? Watch what you cast over yourself. Watch the words that you speak over yourself. I know we've all came up thinking that it was cool to call ourselves the underdog, the black sheep, you know, all those different names. But you become what you call yourself. And no, you're not a black sheep. You were the golden child the whole time. You were that anointed one. And in this season, you got people scratching their head wondering like, man, where did he come from? Man, I didn't know they carried so much wisdom. You go on the jobs, you don't even be in cliques, you be kind of solo dolo, doing your own thing. You know, not just setting examples for others, but you set an example for yourself. It's like you are your greatest challenge on a daily basis. Knowing how to humble yourself, discipline yourself from getting pulled into friend groups, situations, so that you don't get in certain circumstances that you have been pulled out of from God. Spirit is shocking people in this season. Spirit is truly shocking people in this season. And you know how? It's shocking people through you. And in this season, Spirit is making a lot of people out to be a liar. It's also making a lot of people believers and having them pick up their stake and leave the world behind. Talk to them. So Spirit is playing you one last time for the ones that may hear the call and don't want to pick up. And he's asking you to play this love and basketball game one more time. But this time it's for your heart. You know, and I wrote a post last night saying I'm at a point in my life where if I could make one wish, it would be to allow Christ to live once more through me. Because when you really think about Christ giving up, or your heart giving up its life for you to live, for the mind to go out and play, you know? What more love can you give? So for me, it was more like, well, you know what? A heart, me as the mind, I've been out, I've played, I've experienced what love truly is. Not saying my life has been a crystal stair. It's that through adversity, through hurting people unintentionally, through individuals and situations hurting me unintentionally because we didn't know, you know? We did the best that we knew. I saw so much love in it when I got on the other side of it, because a wise man once told me, hey, Twan, you live life forward, but you learn it backwards. And the goal is for you to get on your path and blaze the trail. You know, and he used to say, man, before he had a club, and he say, man, you know, before I get the music going, I play one song all the time. And it's that song from back in the days, and it go like this, family. I'm just a nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. I think it's the Williams Brothers. And I know that brother was an angel sent from above to help me on my path. And I told him this the other day after not talking to him for a couple months, man. And like I told him, you know, sometimes when God separate us to elevate us, to heal us, to give us a different perspective, we have to leave sometime and go into the wilderness. And he understood it perfectly. And he be like, man, you know, you come home, don't purchase no room. You got a room here, man. And I told him I really appreciate that. And that's what love is, family. You know, it really put me in my heart just now. Y'all give me a second. So, yeah, so I told God, for the rest of my life, you know, I am you and you is me. And you laid down your life for me, and I'm gonna lay mine down for you. All of who I used to be, I'm not that no more. You know, my heart is yours. And it was lately I'm starting to know that I've been getting into writing poems. And I wrote this one last night with the help of Spirit. And it says, a human without a being is meaningless. A candle without a flame is darkness. A brain without a heart is purposeless. A man without a purpose shall perish. So as a man without a woman is unbalanced. And I'm gonna start getting these printed up and sharing them with you guys if y'all would like to purchase one, you know, for a very, very reasonable price. You know, I'm not trying to do nothing like that. I just want to be able to give y'all a piece of me, you know. Kind of like how we used to do when we was in school. We used to do the Mayflower pole or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. We used to wrap the ribbons around it. That's how we all supposed to do, family. We're supposed to intertwine our energies, our ideas, our abundance, our stories of heartache, pain. You know, times we may have went down the path the wrong way. We're supposed to share that with each other so that we help each other. We're supposed to love each other. You know, we watch sports and things like that, and we think that it's all about competition. But it's not, family. It's not. It's all about collaboration. And I would walk by myself, me and spirit, before I compete with anybody. I've hurt too much in my life competing with people that I didn't even know I was in a competition with. I only went to try to help them. I always saw people healed. I remember telling people in my family about business and, man, you should start this, or whether it was a daycare, or man, you should start a restaurant, or man, you should get a truck, 18-wheeler, or man, you should think about going bigger than that. And I always saw people in their state of creativity, in their highest state that I could see, even if they were just working a 9-to-5 or working 2 and 3 jobs, and they couldn't see it. Whether it was me with a mate saying, hey, you better than that job, hey, let's go do this, let me put you in real estate school, let me help you become this boss when it comes down to trucking, or let me help you, hey, you know what, all the information you got, you may be able to share that, write a book, like put a book together. Like, I always saw people in a state where they never saw themselves at. And every time I would share my information that I would see, or that spirit would give me to share with them, I always got backstabbed, or I never was seen. You know, whether it was a person saying that whatever I said to them, somebody else saying, now they intake it and say, well, this person said this, and I'd be like, well, I just told you that. Or, you know, I just shared that with you. When God give you eyes to see, it's our job to share it, family. But in this season, don't overshare. You know, I used to feel like, you know, I get around people, I got to start sharing because I have so much to give. My heart is so big. But Spirit had to tell me, you know, nah, everybody ain't meant for you to share this stuff with. Most of them will take it and it'll go in one ear and out the other. Most of them is just a pig. They may look clean, but the minute you get out of their presence, they go back and get in the mud. So protect your energy in this season, family. Especially if you're coming out of isolation. It's like you reborn, you rejuvenated, you ready for war. Protect your energy. It'll be a time and place that you will be presented with, where your presence will be celebrated and not tolerated. You won't feel drained or feel like you wasted your time when you get around these certain individuals and these new places. So that's the message, family. That's the message. And my wish was granted. Me wishing that Spirit could get to experience life again through me. Every day I get up, every time I feel it, I allow it to share a message through me. I allow it to be, period. So my wish was granted. And once we understand it's not about glorifying ourselves, some people will get it twisted when you say self-love, but it's about glorifying God, that God that exists in you. Lift it up first, and then it'll lift you up. Glorify God first, and you'll be glorified. Y'all are one, family. Help another with your path, with your message, with your pain, with your trials and tribulations. I'm learning now that, you know, there's no amount of money or car or woman, nothing like that that can stop me from being in my purpose. This is my purpose. And it brings me so much peace, joy, love, fulfillment. And when the universe, God, sends me a mate, I'm not scared to open my heart again because my heart is wide open now. I'm not scared to give myself to another. It's just now I have boundaries though. You know, it's certain things that I'm not going to do, and it's certain things that I'm willing to be flexible with and understanding. But changing who I am, that will never happen again. And you should feel the same way. Yeah. But y'all know me. I never go with the flow. I'm here to create the flow and help others do the same. As you go through your transition, your transmutation, take your time with yourself. Love yourself wholeheartedly. But until the next message, family, one love.